What if your first $10,000 were not about money, but about identity? Most people believe they need a high salary, a big opportunity, or many years of sacrifice to reach 5 figures saved. But the truth is far more uncomfortable and almost never said out loud. The distance between 0 and 10,000 is built mainly by habits, not income. And here's the twist almost no one talks about. This is the hardest phase of your entire financial life. Going from 0 to 10,000 requires more discipline than going from 10,000 to 100,000. Because at this stage, you don't trust yourself yet. You're fighting impulses, old beliefs, and automatic decisions formed over years. You're not just saving money, you're rebuilding your relationship with it. Every small choice carries more weight than it seems. Every wrong decision costs more than it should. In this video, you'll understand the exact psychological shift, the tactical plan, and the step-by-step system that transforms someone living on the edge into someone with real financial control. Stay until the end because the final point is what separates those who try from those who actually make it, and almost no one explains it clearly. First, you need to understand this with absolute clarity. Your first 10,000 are not built by investing, they are built by controlling. Before thinking about stocks, crypto, funds, or any promise of fast returns, you must stop the invisible leaks draining your money every month. Most people don't have an income problem, they have a financial awareness problem. Money leaves in small amounts, in seemingly harmless expenses, but together they create a silent hole. For the next 30 days, write down absolutely everything that comes in and everything that goes out, no exceptions. Every forgotten subscription, every impulse purchase, every automatic expense you don't even remember making. Awareness creates discomfort, and discomfort creates change. When you face the numbers, excuses lose power, and reality shows up unfiltered. This is where many quit because clarity demands responsibility. But if you push through this phase, you build the foundation that makes 10,000 not just possible, but inevitable, even with an average income. Now comes the first strategic move that changes the game: increasing the gap. Your savings rate matters more than your salary amount. Someone earning $3,000 and saving 30% moves faster than someone earning $8,000 and saving 5%. The mission is simple on paper but emotionally demanding. Expand the difference between what you earn and what you spend. Aggressively cut anything that doesn't truly improve your quality of life. Negotiate bills, eliminate excess, cancel what you don't use, and reduce what brings no real return. Comfort must be questioned without guilt. At the same time, increase income without increasing lifestyle. Side gigs, digital services, temporary freelancing, one-time sales. Every extra source counts. Short-term intensity creates permanent progress. This isn't deprivation, it's strategic compression. You tighten now to expand later, while most people do the opposite and stay trapped in endless financial stress cycles. Here's a point almost everyone underestimates, but that defines who actually gets there. Speed matters. The longer it takes to reach 10,000, the higher the chance of quitting halfway. Motivation weakens when results feel too distant and abstract. That's why you must turn this goal into a focused sprint, not a vague promise to the future. Set a clear deadline, 12 months, 18 months, or less if you're willing to accelerate. Deadlines create urgency and kill procrastination. Break 10,000 into smaller, visible milestones. The first 1,000 proves it's possible. 3,000 builds confidence. 5,000 strengthens your financial identity. 8,000 creates real momentum and control. Each milestone must be acknowledged with awareness, not spending. Visible progress fuels motivation, and motivation sustains consistency. Without small wins, the brain seeks immediate rewards elsewhere. Your job is to design the process so progress is clear, measurable, and almost addictive over time.
Now comes the silent weapon that changes everything without you noticing: automation. Money sitting in your main account is money constantly at risk. The moment you get paid, it cannot wait for temptation, emotion, or justification. Set up automatic transfers to a separate account on payday without relying on willpower. Treat saving like a mandatory bill, not leftover money. You don't skip rent, electricity, or internet, so stop skipping your future. Automation removes emotion from the process. It protects you from bad days, impulse decisions, social pressure, and momentary weakness. Over time, you stop feeling the money leave. What once felt impossible becomes routine. And routine is powerful. Because when saving becomes identity, you don't ask if you should save, you just do it without negotiating with yourself. But there is a hidden enemy that must be confronted with full awareness: lifestyle inflation. Every time income rises, expenses try to rise with it almost automatically. A better job becomes a better car. A bonus becomes a bigger expense. A promotion creates new financial obligations that didn't exist before. If you let costs grow at the same speed as income, $10,000 will always feel far away, even while earning more. The strategy is simple but emotionally mature. Freeze your lifestyle while income grows. Capture the difference and direct it straight to the goal. Do not negotiate this with yourself. This single behavior can cut your timeline in half. Wealth begins when your lifestyle grows slower than your earning power. Protect that gap with discipline, because that's where real, quiet financial power lives. As you approach 10,000, something shifts internally in a deep and noticeable way. Your mindset moves from survival to strategy. You stop thinking only about emergencies and start seeing possibilities. That's why the first 10,000 are transformative. They create psychological safety. And with safety, you make better decisions. You negotiate calmly, choose intentionally, and take calculated risks instead of desperate ones. The number itself isn't magical, but what it represents is. It proves you can control yourself, stay consistent, and finish what you start. It changes how you see yourself in relation to money. And once you do it once, repeating the process becomes faster, simpler, and scalable. Money starts working for you instead of against you, and that changes the entire game. Now the final challenge is direct, simple, and non-negotiable. Don't wait for the perfect salary, the ideal moment, or the flawless plan. They won't arrive when you expect. Start with awareness, create the gap, increase income with intensity, automate the system, block lifestyle inflation, and move with real urgency. Your first $10,000 are not about money, they're about proof. Proof that you can delay gratification, execute consistently, and build something real from zero. If you start today, in 1 year, your reality can be completely different. But that only happens if you act now, not tomorrow or next month. If this content gave you clarity, turn that clarity into immediate action, because information without action changes nothing. The countdown to your first $10,000 starts today.